And the recording we start soon. Yes, so we start the recording. Just a minute here. Okay. So let's start our course. This course is called Soil Classification Systems. My name is JJ Lelis Leal de Souza. You just can call me as JJ. You don't need to call me professor. No, just JJ, okay? And this is my email address. If you have any question and doubt, just let me know, okay? This is just the code of this course. Don't need to worry about that. And this course is composed of 4 topics. In the first topic, we discuss about how
Excuse me,
can...
JJ.
Oh, yes,
Excuse me.
yes.
May you kindly share your screen? I'm not sure
I'm
if you're
sorry?
sharing your screen, but I can't see your screen if you're sharing it.
Oh,
May you kindly
I'm sorry. Sorry, I forgot to do that. Really sorry.
Thank you.
Welcome. Now I'm sharing my screen. And now you are seeing my screen, I hope so.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And sorry about that. As I said, this course is composed of 4 topics, okay? And in the first topic, we will describe soil. So we have to discuss how should we describe soil in the field. The quantity and the distribution of voids and roots, texture, consistent structure, several other properties that should be described in the field to make a correct classification, soil classification. Okay, we spend like 3 or 4 weeks here because it's quite important to know how to describe soil correctly. The second topic, it's about some analysis that we could done in a lab to evaluate if the soil classification is correct and to measure some properties that quite important to understand soil and the landscape. We can make some examples like the core content of sand, and we need to understand how sand can be distributed in several classes. We can analyze the titanium or zirconium content to identify some properties in the soil. The third content, the third subtopic, is the discussion of diagnostic horizon, diagnostic properties, and diagnostic characteristics of the word reference base for soil classification, or just WRB, and soil taxonomy, or just ST. Okay, these diagnostic horizons, properties, and characteristics are very important to identify the soil classification and to make the soil classification. And the last topic is soil classification itself. We discuss how to classify a soil according to the word reference base for soil classification and according to soil taxonomy. Okay? In this class, we have a lot of students that have several bases, several backgrounds, and several levels. So we need to define some basic concept, okay? And the most important for us course is, first of all, define soil. So how could we define soil? How can define this body? Someone can help me? How could you define soil? Oh, please, please.
Okay, thank you, Gigi. Um, in my opinion, soil is the outermost thin layer of the earth, which has the size of 2 millimeter. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yes,
I'm done. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, let me just see this. Okay, Billy, please. Okay.
Adding to the definition given by Canido, we can add that outermost thin layer on which crop grows.
Okay, okay. So soil support life.
Exactly.
Okay, okay. Kenneth, please.
my colleagues have said soil can be described as a consolidated material that is found in the thin layer of the earth and that supports plant growth and also
Okay,
that helps in the filtering of the water.
okay, okay.
Thanks.
Um, just let me know here. Look me, please.
Oil is a mixture of minerals, liquid, and that together supports life.
Oh, thank you, Look, it's a very broad and consistent definition. Thank you. As we can see here, soils can have several layers or horizons, and soil varies according to the landscape. So I will put some topics, some words that's quite important to us to define soil. First of all, soil is a three-dimensional spatial body. If we see here, we can understand that soil varies vertically, horizontally, and according to the altitude. Like in this figure, in this picture, we can see that some horizons can be more thicker or can disappear. We can identify new horizons, and so they change across the landscape. So we have 3 dimensions plus time, because time, it's a very important to soil, because if you change your climate from a dry to a wet climate or across time, we can change the sea level base. We change the genesis or the process that forms soil and change all the soil. Soil also is a triphasic or has 3 phases: a gas, a liquid, and a solid phase. The atmosphere of soil is quite similar to Earth's atmosphere, but the content of dioxide carbon is higher. Okay. The liquid phase, it's quite similar to water, but we have a lot of ions, dissolved ions, and we have solid phase. This solid phase is composed by mineral particles and organic particles. The mineral particles, can be primary or secondary minerals, and the organic particles can be roots, leaves, and several other bodies of vegetables or animals in different stages of decomposition. These mineral particles and organic particles should be organized in pads. So to have soil, we have to have pads. We have to have aggregates. So the solid phase should be presented organized, should be presented with the fine particles, sand, silt, and clay. They should be get together. And the solid material, the solid particles, they should be presented in horizons or layers. So we should identify different horizons or layers according to color, texture, and several other properties that help us to understand, to identify these layers. Okay? This is a very broad definition of soil, but help us a lot to understand what soil is, because in some areas, in some places, we don't find life. So soil can't be defined by, oh, he should support life. We can find soil in Mars, we can find soil in Moon, something like that. We can find soil in a desert, maybe yes. We can find soil in Antarctica or in the Arctic, very dry areas. Yes, we can find some there. And maybe he didn't support life. And even that, we can understand that this body is soil. So we need to comprehend that there are several topics that define what soil is, but life doesn't. It's a crucial or important or vital definition to understand what soil is. Even because life is quite broad concept. Like we can have some virals or bacterial or algae, but we don't have a tree or grassland, something like that. So it's quite important to understand that, okay? Another concept is that very important to identify is the master horizons and layers. And the first question that I done here is, how could I define or identify or distinguish horizons from layers? Someone can help me with this? Someone can help me to identify or distinguish layers from horizons? No one? Think. What is a horizon and what is a layer? They are equal, they are the same. Let me see this. Everyone think that's the same? Oh, please no.
Okay. From my understanding, the layers are different to the horizons.
And how can we?
Because
oh, please, please.
okay, so because the horizons are determined with the difference, the physical difference that we can see when we go deep, when we go deep in digging the soil.
Mhm.
But
But
the but the the layers are are typically known for all for all. When we have a soil, we have a determined number of layers, no matter the type of soil. But
Mhm.
the horizons can be less or more according to the station.
Okay, okay. Um, everyone, please think. If you are in the field and you are in front of soil profile and you are seeing the soil profile, how can we distinguish if some part of soil is a layer or is a horizon? Like this. This is a horizon or a layer, or this, or this, or this. How can we identify a layer or a horizon in the field? Oh, please help
Okay,
me.
thank you, JJ. In my opinion, actually, horizon and layers are different. For instance, if you want to, if you want to classify the soil in horizon, you have to check the physical, chemical, and geological property of the profile. Mm? Like the chemical properties, as we know, the common soil chemical properties, either in the field or laboratory, or both in field and laboratory, and also the geological aspects. Mm? But to say layer, just when we go in the field and see the different colors, actually colors are one of the indicators to identify, even though they are indicators to identify the horizon, we can say uh, this is layer just by saying or observing the physical characteristics of the profile. That's my opinion. Thank you.
Oh, welcome, David. It's not so wrong, but it's not so right, your definition, okay? So we need to discuss this. Uh, anyone wants to share your opinion or your idea about what is a soil, or a horizon, sorry, and what is a layer? No? Okay, okay, let's continue. So people, let's define what is a horizon and what is a layer. A horizon is some part of the soil that's produced by pedogenesis, produced by soil formation factors, produced by process that create soil. So horizon, it's produced by soil formation factors. What is soil formation factors, JJ? It's quite easy. They was defined in the past by Dokuchaev and by Yeni, and they are climate, parent material, relief, organisms, and time. these 5 soil factors formation, they influence the genesis of soil, the production of soil, and they interact between them by the process, several processes. And these processes produce horizons. I can share some examples. Clay eluviation. Clay eluviation is a process that produce soil, that produce an horizon. And we will discuss about that in the future. But clay eluviation is a process that only occurs in soils. So clay eluviation produce a horizon, okay? And what is a layer? A layer is something else. A layer is a part of soil that didn't was produced by a soil formation factor and an interaction between these soil formation factors, or was not produced by a process that produce soil. I can share some examples. Littering, just the fall of some leaves, like here. It's just a bag of leaves that was produced by vegetation. This is not a horizon because this is not a soil process. It's just the fall of leaves. A rock. What is a granite or a basalt rock? Is the solidification of magma. So the solidification of magma didn't produce a soil, produce a rock. So rocks are not horizons, but layers, a specific layer. We will discuss about that in the future, in the next slides. So horizons, they were produced by pedogenesis process, by process that produce soil. These processes are formed by the interaction between soil formation factors: climate, organisms, time, parent material, and relief. These 5 soil formation factors. And layers are not produced by the interaction between soil formation factors. They are produced by several other processes in the surface or subsurface of Earth, like the solidification of magma or just littering. They produce layers. They didn't produce horizons. An easy way to identify or distinguish in a field a horizon from a layer is that all horizons has beds, has aggregates. So you should be possible to identify aggregates in a horizon. If you didn't see this, if you didn't see beds in a piece of the soil, you didn't see a horizon. You are looking for a layer, okay? Everyone understand this difference? Please, if you don't understand, please just say to me, okay? Everyone?
Yes, JJ.
Yes?
Yes, we got you. JJ.
Okay. Let me just, okay. I just need to turn off the MIDI microphone, okay? But you can turn on, oh, Yusuf, I'm sorry. Yes, but you can turn on your microphone if you wanna. Okay, so I know the difference between a horizon and a layer, and now we need to understand what is a master horizon. A master horizon is a horizon that has unique particular properties, like properties that are morphological, chemical, and physically different between each one. So I can understand and distinguish this part of soil from these, and from these, and from these. Okay, so this is a master horizon, this is a master horizon, and this is one of them. But in some places, sometimes, in some regions, we can identify horizons that properties of two horizons at the same time. Like I can find pieces of soil that has characteristics of an horizon, a master horizon, and from another master horizon at the same time. And then we have transitional horizons. These are the master horizons. We have particular characteristics, and the transitional horizons, they have characteristics of two or more horizons. Like I can have a B transitional horizon, or a BC transitional horizon, or a CB transitional horizon. I have a horizon, a piece of soil that has characteristics of two master horizons at the same time. It's not usually, but you can find a lot of this in the field. Let's first of all describe the master horizons, and these transitional horizons will be very easy to understand. First of all, we need to distinguish between soil taxonomy, this, and world reference base, this. The master horizons that is presented in soil taxonomy are this: the O, A, E, B, C, L, W, M, and R. And WRB, we have another master horizon. We have several that are quite similar, like A, E, B, C, but we have some differences, okay? And we will discuss about these differences right now. The O horizon or layer, we can find this as a horizon or as a layer, is an organic rich horizon or layer. Is produced by paludization and or littering. Is an organic piece of soil, and when this organic piece of soil is produced by soil formation factors, by the interaction between the soil formation factors, we have a horizon. If it's just the accumulation of leaf, like here. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Here, it's just a O layer. So this is a O layer, and this is a O horizon. We can see the cracks, and consequently we can see the pads. We can see structure, and the presence of structure evidence that this is a horizon, is not a layer. And both of them are organic materials. They are rich in organic material, in roots, in leaves, and several other components, organic components. So The A horizon or the O layer is defined by the richness of organic carbon. We need to have at least 20% of organic carbon in this layer or this horizon, in this piece of soil. And the O horizon is produced by paludization and littering. Paludization is a process which occurs in flooded areas like this. You can see water here. This is a part of soil that's very close to a river, and in this area, the water comes very close to the surface and helps and favors accumulation of organic matter, so produce a AO horizon by paludization. And we can understand that some areas also helps the increase the accumulation of organic matter, like this picture is a highland, is a very cold and wet area that helps, that favors the accumulation of organic matter, so produce a O horizon. According to soil taxonomy, even paludization and littering produces O horizons. So according to soil taxonomy, this is a O horizon produced by littering, and this is a O horizon produced by paludization, the accumulation of organic matter in flooded areas. Okay? These organic compounds present different stages of decomposition, okay? And the O horizon, according to the soil taxonomy, will be presented in saturated areas, drained areas, drained by man, okay? Or never been saturated like these areas, cold and wet areas. They could be present in surface, or they could be buried even very close to highlands, because we have a lot of mass movements and erosion that even can bury this horizon or this layer. According to World Reference Base, according to WRB, we have the H horizon and the O horizon. These two horizons or two layers are just a description of this O horizon. According to the WRB, the O horizon is just produced by littering. So according to the WRB, this is a O horizon because it's produced by littering. So according to the WRB, O horizon is just produced by littering in moist and cold areas. And according to the WRB, paludization did not produce O horizons, but produce age horizons that are organic horizons or organic layers that are formed in flooded areas. So according to the WRB, this is a age horizon, or each layer depends if it has structure, if we can identify pads here. How we can identify some pads here? This is a horizon, so it's a age horizon, okay? So soil taxonomy and World Reference Base, they are different. Paludization and littering produce a O horizon according to the soil taxonomy, but according to the World Reference Base, only littering produce a O horizon, and paludization produce a age horizon or a age layer. Okay, so they are different things. Okay, this is quite important because this implies directly in the soil classification. JJ, prefer the WRB in this time because it's important to distinguish these two environments. I'm describing these areas that are flooded areas today or in the past. So I can clearly understand that some areas and some uses can be identified here, and another areas and another soil uses, the soil management, it's quite different considering this. The evolution of soil landscape, the climate's different, the relief is different. So I distinguish these two environments. But the soil taxonomy, they didn't do this distinguish. They didn't this differentiation. It's the same. It's both because they are organic materials or they are pieces of soil that has a lot of organic compounds. Okay? This is clear to you all. Anyone has a doubt or everyone could understand this? Please, if you have any doubt, just say to me. Let me know, okay? Okay?
Okay, it's clear, JJ.
Clear. Yes, it's clear, JJ, it's clear.
Okay, okay. Other horizon or layer is the L horizon or layer. That's a limnic horizon or layer. That it's a piece of soil that's rich on organic materials or inorganic materials that is produced by biological activity in flooded areas, in soils that has a lot of water. It's quite common in beaches, in areas that we have a lot of salts, a lot of sulfur, a lot of carbonates, and we can identify some diatoms. We can find more there. We can identify some carbonates in these areas. So is a horizon or a layer that's formed in flooded areas. If it has a lot of organic compounds, it is also produced by paludization of organic components accumulated in flooded areas, but we have a lot of mineral materials too, like diatoms, marb, or another component. Okay, they can be a horizon if it has a structure, or just a layer like this if you don't see structure. We have the A horizon, that's a mineral horizon and only a horizon. So we don't have a layer. You don't have it. It's impossible because A is just produced by interaction between soil formation factors. So I only can identify a horizon. No, never I can identify a layer. A horizon is a mineral horizon, so its properties like morphology, chemical, and physical properties, they all are dominated by the mineral particles. Kaolinite, gibbsite, goethite, hematite, smectite, but these mineral particles, they are melanized by organic matter. The partial decomposition of organic compounds reduce chroma and value of this horizon, and it presents a dark color. So you identify a dark horizon, but a dense horizon. The difference between a horizon to a O or a H horizon, it's that a horizon, it's a mineral horizon. It's composed by minerals and its properties depends on these minerals. O or H horizon and layer, they are dominated by organic compounds. So they are lighter, they have darker color, they are less resistance to penetration than the A horizon. The A horizon has a lot of organic matter, but they're very, very fewer than the O or H horizon. The O or H horizon, it's a carbon-rich horizons or layers, and A horizon is not so richer as O or H horizon because is they are mineral horizons. Okay. The A horizon also can be defined by human influence. So if humans cultivate or practice some area, they we can identify the surface piece of soil as a horizon. Something like this. This is a soil that's very common in Brazil. And in this picture, we can see a human bone and these shales. All of this was produced by men. It's an ancient soil produced in the past, but produced by men. So this is a horizon. Okay? And the A horizon can be in the surface, or we can identify it in the subsurface if it was buried in the past. It's important to identify and distinguish the A horizon from the others because the A horizon has dark colors, but all this organic matter didn't move it. The organic matter, they creates this dark color, but the organic matter, it's not a alluvial clay. It's different from others horizons that we will discuss that has movement of clay through soil profile. So a horizon can be buried, can be found in the subsurface, but this organic material, these organic particles in a horizon, sorry, is didn't move it, just was in the surface by littering. Okay. An A horizon is a horizon too. We didn't has a A layer, can't identify this, okay? In an E layer, it's formed by eluviation of clays. Can be silicate clays, iron oxides, aluminum oxide, or a combination of this material. A horizon, generally, they are high concentration of sand and silt and a lighter color, a white color, okay? And because the eluviation, the loss of clays, they turns on very white, okay? You should understand that the clay is moving from the A horizon here through the subsurface like this or like this. And why the clays are moving? Because the movement of water through the soil. Water is moving because the gravity, and they brings clays together. Only clays, because clays lighter than silt and sand, and because clay it's very, very thin particle, so he can move through voids easily, okay? So we can identify some A horizons as a piece of soil that's very, very white and sandy texture, because the loss of things that get color, that color the soil. And what color the soil? Clay. And if I lost silicate clay, iron, aluminum, organic matter, I has a white horizon. In this picture, it's very interesting to understand, to highlight that we have a dark color here. You can see here below the A horizon, a dark color. You can see here. And this is not a horizon. Why? Because they have a wave transition. This is a evidence that this horizon, this dark horizon, was not produced by littering or just decomposition of organic matter, because the sedimentation of organic matter, they are always horizontally, is not in a wave shape. So this dark horizon is not produced by just littering and decomposition of organic matter and melanization of a mineral phase. To get this dark color, clay should move from the A horizon to another horizon that it's called B. Okay, so this dark horizon here, here, and all these places is just a P horizon. It's quite important to highlight that, because a lot of people always says, okay, B horizon is yellow or red. No, it's not right. We can't identify dark, black B horizons, okay? Because this definition identifies the B horizon. We see this in the next slide. So this wavy dark horizon here is dark because clay moves, eluviates from the A horizon and concentrate here. And because of that, because clay was moved from one horizon to another horizon, this is not a horizon, but a B horizon. Okay? What is a B horizon? It's a horizon in a subsurface horizon, always is a subsurface horizon, and only a horizon. We don't have a B layer because B is always produced by the interaction between the soil formation factors, okay? The B horizon can be identified in several processes. Eluviation of clay from surface to subsurface horizons can produce a B horizon like this. Clay eluviation concentrate clay in subsurface horizons and produce this shiny surface. This kaolinite subsurface soil, he produce a shiny surface of clay coating of pads, and it's quite useful to identify a B horizon. Oh, I'm sorry, this picture, it's front. Let me just stop and I can just move to the back. So, I'm sorry. Here is a horizon of organic matter concentrated that moves from this A horizon, like here, the A horizon here, and this is a B horizon, a horizon composed essentially from organic matter that moves from here to here and concentrated here. And why this eluviation, this concentration of organic matter, we produce a B horizon. This is a B horizon too, because it concentrates iron and aluminum oxides. So it's another B horizon, okay? It's B1 and B2, okay? We can identify B horizons produced by glaying too, with these redoxymorphic features like the models and this gray color. B horizon also can be produced by flooding, some process that produce a very particular kind of B horizon. The horizon also can be produced by clay eluviation like this. So I can see here a very white and sandy horizon, the E horizon, and here we can identify a very dark and red horizon that seems very clay horizon that accumulates clay that moves from here to here. And here we have another B horizon. The B horizon can be found in areas that we identify residual concentration of iron oxides too. So if you have a piece of soil that has a lot of concentration of iron oxides, of kaolinite, you can identify a B horizon too. And if you can understand a initial transformation of primary minerals into secondary minerals, like smectite, elite, and the pedalization, the formation of aggregates or structure, we can identify a B horizon too. So if rock or saprolite is getting very, very roughed and creates pedalization and creates structure, we can identify a B horizon too. We can identify C horizon or shear layers. Again, a C can be on a horizon if you have structure, or a layer if you don't have pads. So like here, we can see pads, we can see structure, because we can see these cracks. Oh, sorry. We can see these cracks like here, and like here, and like here, and these are pads. These are pieces of soil that has a specific form and size that was produced by interaction between soil formation factors. So this is a sea horizon. But if I didn't see this, just a weakly wafered rock, I can see a sea layer. So sea horizons or sea layers are produced by a weak obliteration of parent material. If I saw granite or gneiss or basalt that it's weakly wafered, I can call this piece of soil, this part of soil, as a sea horizon or a sea layer, depending on the presence or absence of pedals, of pads, of aggregates, okay? And it's quite important to highlight that sea horizon or sea layers are not cemented. We can't see cementation of these horizons or layers, okay? They can present a weak pedalization, like I see some structures, but it's not a well-developed structures, a well-developed pads, so it's a sea horizon. It's different from here, where I can identify a very common size and shape, and I can identify a color, a specific color that's different from here. Oh, here we can see a sea horizon too, here. And here too. Just erase this, just a moment. Okay, and you can see, okay, here. We can see here a rock that's weakly wafered, but I can break this rock, this material, very easily, just with a knife. If I put my knife here, they can make some marks. So I can call this is a sea layer. I can't find any kind of structure. They seems like a rock, but it's very soft. I can make marks very easily. I can sample this very easily. And like this too. Here I am sampling some soil in the dry forest, the Brazilian dry forest. And we have our layer. This is just a layer, not a horizon, because the R layer is produced by geological process like diagenesis or solidification of magma or metamorphism. All of them produces rocks, and a fresh rock is a R layer. So this part is the limit of the R layer. The R layer is very hard to sample. We need to dig this with heavy power equipment. It's not easy. My knife don't make marks here. I need to put a lot of effort to break this so I can sample. And this is how I identify or distinguish a sea horizon from a R horizon. This is quite easy to sample because I can find pads in a sea horizon, or I can see a soft rock if I have a sea layer. And in our layer, I found fresh rock, very hard to sample. We have a M layer that exclusively from the soil taxonomy. Okay, so WRB don't has this layer. This is a rooting limiting subsurface layer. Is a layer produced by men that didn't allow the growing of roots. They can be asphalt, can be rubber, can be plastic, can be a gel membrane, any kind of layer that I put in the subsurface of the soil and didn't allow the growing of roots. Okay? And I have a W layer, is a layer of water, like here, are permanently water or a seasonally water. Can identify a W layer. They can be within or beneath the soil, okay? And the soil taxonomy identify this layer as a liquid layer or solid layer. If you have solid water, you have a WF, frozen water. But if you have the frozen water in the WRB, you have another horizon, okay? This part of soil you can see is a frozen soil. It's called permafrost. Like here, you can see a frozen piece of soil where we can find ice lands or wet ice wets, and this horizon is called I horizon according to the WRB. The I layer doesn't exist to soil taxonomy because soil taxonomy put the liquid and the solid water as W layer, and the WRB, they distinguish between solid and liquid water layers. Okay, so I layer is the solid water layer in the subsurface soil, and the W layer is the liquid layer according to the WRB. Okay? Everyone understand everything? Anyone has a question, has some doubt? There's something that is not clear? Everyone's okay? Oh, please, Nidman.
Please, can you differentiate between the W layer and the I layer? The W layer and the I layer. Can you please differentiate? I mean, they are different again. Can you come again? The last two layers, the W
Please,
layer,
Nidman.
can you differentiate?
Nidman, I can't understand you very well. I think that's you're very close to your microphone. Could you make this? Can you?
The W layer. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, but can you type your question? I think that could be easier to understand.
All right, let me type.
Okay, please. I sorry, my computer turned off, but I'm turned on again. Oh, Nidma, yes, it's quite easy to differentiate the W layer and the I layer, okay? According to, let me share my screen again, so I think that could be easier. Just a moment. Okay. Here, let me put here. Okay. According to the soil taxonomy, we don't have an I layer, okay? So according to the soil taxonomy, we just have the W layer that has water. It's a layer composed essentially by water. Water in a liquid phase or solid phase. Both of them are a W layer according to the soil taxonomy, okay? But when you have a frozen water, solid water, like this in this picture, we just need to call a WF horizon, oh, horizon, no, I'm sorry, layer, a WF layer, a layer of frozen water, a solid water of ice, okay, according to the soil taxonomy. And according to the WRB, this, the liquid layer, it's called W layer, okay, because we have liquid water, and if I have a frozen water, if I have ice, I didn't should call this a W layer, but a I layer. The I layer just exists to WRB, to World Reference Base, that has this solid ice in the subsurface. This is the I layer, but only to WRB. To soil taxonomy, this we'll call it WF layer, okay? So I layer, it's equal to WF layer, but I layer is from WRB, and the WF is from soil taxonomy, okay? And part of W horizon, W layer, I'm sorry, it's equal to W layer of WRB, okay? Every time that you classify a W horizon in WRB, they will classify it as a W layer in soil taxonomy too, because they both present liquid water. But the solid ice layer is called WF in soil taxonomy, and is called ice layer in WRB. Okay? It's easy to understand right now? Okay, okay. Anyone has another question? Please, people, don't keep questions with you. If you have something that you didn't understand, please just let me know, okay? Is everything clear? These concepts that I presented today, you already know that.
Excuse me?
Oh, Tulua, please, you can
Thank you,
speak.
JJ. The class, your explanation were clear. However, I have a question. Um, in a particular area, what factor determines the type of layer or horizon we find in an area? Did you get the question?
Yeah, yes, yes. As I, just a moment. Oh, okay. As I said, you should looking for pads. You should looking for aggregates. If you didn't find them, it's not a horizon, it's a layer, okay? So how can we identify a sea horizon? You
No,
see,
sorry.
um,
No, that is not my question. Is not how to identify, but what
mhm,
determines the type, whether it is whether it is horizon A B C we find in a
okay,
particular area. What determines it? What type of
what did,
horizon we find in a particular area, or is it possible to find all the types of horizon in a particular soil?
okay, okay, I understand right now. Thank you, thank you. You can find several horizons. You can find all of them, or you just can identify just one. Like you can see some soil profiles that has only a sea horizon and rock, or you can see a horizon with rock, and some soil profiles you can find a O, A, B, C, R. You can find all of them. So depends on the soil profile. And we will discuss this in the future. According to the presence or absence of these horizons, we could identify the soil classification. So like the ferrule soils or the oxysols, they should present a B horizon, the ferralic horizon. They should be presented there. We should understand that all ferrule soils or oxysols, they should present a B horizon. But some soil profiles like leptosols or regosols or antisols, they doesn't has a B horizon, just can A and C, or even only C or A and R horizon. So depends on the area and depends on the soil classification of the area, that depends on the interaction between the soil formation factors. All these horizons are optional. We can identify them or not in the field. They can be presented or not. Generally, when they are studying the books, they present, okay, you'll find everywhere you can identify the A, the B, and the C horizon. Okay, it's not right. Okay, it's just for books. When you are in the field, you can see a lot of different things. And we see in the next classes that we have a lot of A horizons and B horizons and C horizons. We have some types of these B horizons and A horizons too. So they have different characteristics, they have different properties. Okay,
Yes, thank you.
welcome. Okay, guys and girls, if we have any more question, something that don't be very easy to understand? Okay, okay. If everything is okay, I ask you two things, okay? First of all, please access the Google Classroom. I put some materials there. I ask you to start to read these materials, and because it's quite important to next class, okay? And the next class in Wednesday is a Brazilian holiday, so we don't have class in the next Wednesday, but we will return in the Monday. Until there, I ask you, please start to read the material. So in the next class, we can continue describing this and discussing about this. We will start to describe some soil properties like color, texture, temperature, moisture, and a lot of things that's quite important to soil classification. Okay? And just one more thing. One student said that this timing of this class is not so good for him, and if you wanna, I can create a form that suggests another timing for this class that could be in the morning to me, and I think that will be in the afternoon for everyone or close everyone, okay? But I need to know if this changing of timing, it's okay for everyone. So I will create a form, I will share a link, and if this new timing, it's good, it's okay for everyone, so we can change the timing of the class. It's not a problem to me, okay? But this changing should be okay to everyone, okay? So I create this form and I will share with you all, and it's okay to everyone, so we can change the timing of the class, okay? So see you in the next Monday. See you all. I hope that you are good. There start reading the material. And please, if you have any question during the reading, just send me an email, okay? It's not a problem to respond, to answer emails to me, okay? So see you. Bye-bye. Good night for everyone. Good afternoon for everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, JJ. Good night.
Bye bye, JJ.
See you.
Bye bye, JJ.